recently wondered, what is needed for a good life? What makes a life worth living? Of course, for such a complex question, there can be a multitude of possible answers depending on who you ask. But for myself, I realized that achieving and maintaining independence is a very important component for a good life, for me. And a significant part of general independence is financial independence. I would define, or what I mean by financial independence is not necessarily getting rich, but having enough money to not really stress about it, or even to allow myself to quit my job if I feel like I don't want to work anymore. So I dusted off my education of economics and finance and sat down to calculate how much money would I need to achieve this financial independence. At university, I was taught the power of compounded interest. Basically, even if low-level, low-risk, low-return investments, if are compounded for long enough time, can generate a significant accumulation of wealth. So I put on the line all my current savings, 50,000 euros, invested in low-risk investments, to see how long it would take to reach, let's say, the threshold of 1 million euros. And based on my calculations, it would take a bit more than 50 years. 50 years! I realized in horror that by the time I would accumulate this 1 million euros, I would be close to 90 years old. And I would have probably more millions in my bank account than years left to live. That didn't sound like a good deal to me at all. Now, at this point, any normal person would put the question, okay, how would I generate more money faster? But I chose a different angle. I put the question, could I perhaps make more time? I remember vaguely that in the last 100 years, humanity managed to double the average life expectancy of humans. So could it be possible that we could double it again? So I jumped head on into searching for research papers on the topic of aging, and I have come up with this foundational paper from 2013 titled The Hallmarks of Aging. This paper described 9 main processes, 9 main mechanisms that to take place in an aging body. I said to myself, so far so good. We are not completely clueless about understanding what happens in an aging body. But I was wondering, is there anyone out there doing something with these findings, maybe trying to apply it in a way? I was skeptical, but I kept looking. And what I found blew my mind. There were tens of companies currently doing research, conducting clinical trials on all kinds of aspects of aging. But not just that, the whole field seems to progress at a very rapid pace. 10 years ago, when that paper came out, most of these companies didn't even exist, and the ones that did were not focused on aging research. And yet today, biotech startups are popping up left and right, trying to tackle more and more advanced aspects of aging. The more I researched, the more I learned, the stronger my belief grew that radical human lifespan extension is really a question, unironically, it's a question of time. It's not a question of if, but it's a question of when. Of course, nobody can predict when this will happen. In 20 years, 50 years, 100 years or more. We don't know when we will achieve these breakthrough anti-aging strategies and therapies. But what I drew as a conclusion from all this research that I made is that I have the responsibility to give myself the best chance to try to catch this train, which means try to remain as healthy as possible for as long as possible. And unfortunately, we have good evidence on the right tools to achieve this. Healthy diet, quality sleep, consistent exercise. Avoiding toxins like smoking, alcohol, and environmental pollutions. And of course, cultivating quality human relationships and strong communities, like we do here at Toastmaster. These are very important things. Incidentally, staying healthy also allows us to maintain our independence even in our old age. In the end, it's not the years in our life that count, but the life in our years. That's what makes a life worthy of living. Thank you.